There we go. That's it. Thank you, Monique. Right, now we can dive into it and play the game. Monique, please tell us a little bit to who you are and what is your history in real estate and in Keller Williams.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Monique, and I'm a part of Andrew's team. I have been with Keller Williams in November this year, 4 years now. I come from Keller Williams Advance, where I started my journey with Keller Williams as the MCA, the Market Center Administrator. And I then came to Cape Town because my husband got a better opportunity here. And then I was part of KW Signal. I was also the MCA there. And then, we decided to make the change, and I decided to move with Andrew. And thank you, Andrew, for the opportunity. So I've been with Keller Williams for quite some time, and I can't see myself anywhere else, to be quite honest.
Love it. Thanks for that, Monique. Now, I want to emphasize your job description that you've said in your experience in the past 4 years in Keller Williams. So would you say, if I say in the disc profile you are a CS, you are designed to be that leader to drive a team and a business? Is admin your strong skill?
100%, Joe. So I would say my admin is better than speaking to people. So I said to Andrew, my nerves is very, they always used to say at Advance, they knew the MCAs or the people like accountants sitting behind the closed door. But I mean, if you know the people, you love to speak to them. So most definitely admin is 100% my strong suit.
Now, Monique, what would you say now, being a MCA running a huge market center? Then you went now being to be the, call it the MCA of a little market center, AP Realty, which we will call a team in Keller Williams. So you run that as a market center, but you are also the executive assistant a little bit. If we talk about, AP Realty, then you are also the transaction coordinator and the lead coordinator. So what you're doing at this point of time is you are setting the entire operations of AP Realty, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah, so it's, as Andrew also knows this, and I said to him, coming from an MCA point of view and background, it's so much different than being in part of a team. And I said to him, the things we used to do and say and try and motivate the agents, if you sit in that situation, it's much different. And I've learned so much new things that I think just adds to the value that I can offer to Andrew as well. So it's trying to take what I've learned and what I've now actually learned from being with him in a team, and making his life easier at the end of the day, and also just trying to take things off of his plate where he can focus on what he needs to focus on.
Love it. Oi, how beautiful is that script that came out there, the job description and the motivation? Because Monique, it's normally for a capper or a top producer. We always know that their admin skills is not necessarily the best in town. And normally that top producer or capper don't know what the executive assistant or the market center administrator or that operations manager to drive this business forward must be doing. So can you give me a little bit of idea? We will talk about what your week will look like, but just give me an idea of what are the duties that jumps to mind to you today that are non-negotiable, that is your job in AP Realty, if I can call it that.
Yeah, so our schedule looks a bit different. So obviously the things that are most important to us now, what we need to focus on now is what we're currently doing. And that's obviously getting in business. So what we do now is, what I also try and help with is the lead gen. So I do the WhatsApps. And then we also, as we do sponsored ads on Facebook, when the leads come in, I try and get everything nice and easy and set up for Andrew so that all he needs to do is actually call. And then I would also do the designs of the Facebook ads, not as regularly as I want to, but I'm getting there. And yeah, and I have to be honest, it's not always easy, the time schedule, and to make sure that we get everything done that I have to get done. Sometimes it takes a bit longer than what I anticipated. But yeah, normal schedule would be trying to do the lead gen, which is the most important part right now for us, and then everything else that needs to follow. Example now, obviously the leads that come in from WhatsApp as well, Facebook ads, emails if there's emails to be done, and then there's other things that Andrew and I are also busy doing. We have our list of things that we want to complete that I try and focus on and getting done as well.
Love it. Now I want to ask you, because I've made notes and you've said so much. Thanks, Monique. Now, you look after the WhatsApps and the social media and design, and then there's still loading the listings and collecting the data. Now, I want to break this up, because then you said also that it's that time management and it has to get done, and it's your job to make sure that Andrew gets onto the appointments. So let's break it down. Let's first talk about that WhatsApp part in the lead generation. How does that happen? Is it working for you? Have you got a time for? Talk me through it. How long does it take? If I give you an example, I want to send WhatsApps out today to a block of 80 flats in Sea Point, argumentatively. Just can you talk me a little bit through that process?
Yeah, sure. So it does take quite some time. And so what I'll do is we select an area or a suburb that we want to focus on. And then I would go and pull all of the complexes in that specific suburb. And I will prepare a list of them. And then I'll go onto Lightstone to first see what the sales was like. So obviously, we want to try and get into the complexes where there might have been not as many sales yet, but the previous years there were. So then there's a trend. You can see, okay, the trend is there's 2 or 3 or 4 flats a year that sells, and this year there was only 1 that sold. So that takes some time as well. And then once I have that, then I decide, okay, which complexes I want to focus on for that week or that day. And then I would send, depending on how many numbers I can actually get, but I will then pull the numbers from virtual agent, and I will then add it to my sheet. After that, I'll clean it up, because a lot of time virtual agent isn't 100% correct, and then there's a wife and a husband and both have the same cell phone number, and so then I just go onto Truecaller and quickly put in the number to see whose number it is. Then also what I do is I have a sheet where it adds all of the numbers that I've pulled previously to one sheet, and then it just tells me if there's any duplicates, because I said to Andrew as well, I don't know if you send one person 6 WhatsApps because they have 6 properties in that suburb. Yeah. So then I just take them out as well, and then I import the sheet and then I WhatsApp. So the import and the WhatsApp is actually quite easy. It's just the data collecting that takes some time.
Okay, I love what you're saying there is the data collection, because I can imagine as you have to now go and first pull the suburb or the complex report, and then get all the owners, and then all the IDs, and then all the numbers. Do you find still using Excel, sorting the data, and then you have got clean, good data to put into our softwares, our commands, and those sort of things?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's most important, is clean, pure data to import.
Okay. Now we've done all of this, and now all the WhatsApps goes out. The script and all of that, that's on the WhatsApp. You and Andrew have discussed, and it's effective. And can I just ask that you are using ChatGPT as well? Do you also find ChatGPT is your lifesaver in your function?
100%. I said to Andrew, sometimes I feel like I can't think anymore for myself to put it into words. But I must say, when we do use ChatGPT, it's mostly we tell ChatGPT exactly what we want, and it just writes it nicely. So yeah, we do have scripts, and we decide, sometimes we change it up a bit. But yeah, if we do use ChatGTP, we don't just say, write me a script. We actually write the script ourselves. And we ask it to revise it or give me a revised option where it's just put nicely, if I can say it like that, if it makes sense.
No, understand it 100. Donna, you've raised your hand. You're welcome to talk.
Hi, Monique.
Hello, Donna.
Your WhatsApp scripts. I'd be interested to hear what you guys say, because we finding in our area that the WhatsApp messaging as a first-time contact is being received as offensive.
Yeah.
So we kind of finding like the WhatsApp is not as effective. Yeah. So I'm interested to hear, what do you give them that they find in it? Because we've given them sort of the stats of the estates that they live in and all that sort of stuff, and it's kind of like, especially I've realized in our area where we live, in our estate that where we live, often pops up on our groups about agents reaching out via WhatsApp, and they finding it a very offensive way of offensive and cowardly way of reaching. So I'm interested to just hear how your WhatsApps are received.
Yeah. So Andrew also knows. So I'm not a person to do, especially when we send WhatsApps and when I need to read the response, I take things very personally when people are very upset. So we also still get those messages, not as much as we did in the beginning. So our first WhatsApp we used to send was very long with the introduction of who we are and all of that. And we kind of changed it a couple of times. We have used the golden letter, which was much better response that we've received. And the one we're currently doing is also giving the stats. I don't get as much replies as I got with the golden letter, but I don't get opt-outs either. So it's not people that are immediately just blocking our number and not wanting us to communicate with them again.
Golden letter, can you clarify that?
Yeah, thank you for that, Donna.
So we say we have a buyer, and then, yeah, so we would choose and just say we didn't specify a price. So we have had a few discussions with other agents as well, where they said they got better replies if you put in a price bracket where you say you have a buyer that's interested to buy between this and this price. Obviously, then if you focus on a complex, you'll see what the latest sales were to see kind of that price bracket that you want to use. Which we didn't have added to ours. We just purely said, we have a buyer. Would you be interested in looking at selling?
Okay. Now, I'm going to be with you now, Andrew. I just want to say your golden letter, is it a WhatsApp one or an email?
No, it's a WhatsApp. So we converted the golden letter into a WhatsApp. Andrew can maybe be more specific on that.
I'll get to that now. Let's just give Stefan an opportunity to talk. Please, Stefan.
Sorry, I just wanted to add just quickly, Donna, asking on my experience of WhatsApp. I sometimes do find that the older people get sometimes offended easily because they see it as an invasion of their privacy, but they would have gotten that with a call the same way. And I've just learned just to keep the first WhatsApp short as possible, have a brief introduction about yourself as an agent, and leave the rest up to them sort of then to react on that. But Monique, I like what you guys are saying is maybe is to put a price bracket in if you say you've got buyers looking, is to define it a bit more.
Yeah. Because the most replies you'll get is if you say you have a buyer, someone that comes back and says, okay, what are they willing to pay? Okay, then at least it's in also, because it leaves in conversation that you can actually give them a call and have a conversation with them, and then maybe start building a relationship with them rather than someone immediately blocking you from WhatsApp. And obviously we also get replies where people are really upset and you invading my privacy. And I also saw, if I pull numbers from Virtual Agent, a lot more of the older people, 80, 90 years old, already says do not contact. So I think they've gone through the motions and they got out of it. But some people are very rude And then I like Ali's reply. So then I just go and copy most of it. If they say, where did you get my number? And this is against this, and I'm going to report you. And so then I just go copy a message to say that we have the right to this is like the first time we're contacting you.
But it's also very important. Sorry, Andrew. It's also very important to have that opt-out. I think that's what a lot of the agents aren't doing, is to have that opt-out option. Just if you don't want to receive this, just reply no. Yeah. Sometimes we don't get the no, they just actually block us. Yeah. I'd also be very interested to see if a client does block you, do you load them onto command? And do you carry on with them?
No. No, if someone opts out, we don't add them to the database.
Until when, if I may ask? Until never.
I don't know, Andrew. We've never had that.
Their pain has to change somewhere in life, and that asset needs a new buyer. So please just keep it in file 13 for a yearly review, not a monthly or a quarterly review. Let's give Andrew the opportunity to talk.
Thanks, Rola. Thanks, Monique. I'm happy to hear you know what you're doing. So I think just in response, we must never forget that it's about a specific target market. So you need to know the audience, so whomever you are sending the WhatsApp to, you obviously want as many response as possible. So is it an older market? Is it a younger market? Is it people that's been staying there for years? Is it a development? So that's the way we're going about it, to identify, more or less who are the owners, owning units in that specific complex, for example. So, we are sticking to one template or two templates. We've got a couple of templates, but, as we go and we say, okay, well, I think we need to WhatsApp X, then we look at the owners in the complex and say, okay, well, they've been staying there 30 years or 20 years or 5 years, so that's very important. I mean, we get taught that in Ignite, to make sure that you look at the specific target market and make sure that you do actually, get to some sort of a MOFA, make an offer for an immediate response, to that specific, target market. And the third thing I just wanted to mention after the MOFA is to make sure we're always coming from contribution. So that's also important. And as everyone is offering a CMA, we at some stage said, another CMA, so if the client's getting another CMA, message, they're going to totally say opt out. So that's why we changed it then to the golden letter, making an offer saying, well, we do have a buyer. And do we always have a buyer? Yes, we do. So obviously if you do have a buyer, yes, great, you feel better. But that little white elephant sometimes, as soon as you get a good listing, it's well priced and it's exposed well, you will get a buy-in anyway, so just to add to that.
Love it. Thank you for that. Now, Monique, this WhatsApp that you are doing is your lead generation activity. Then the people are responding, and then it goes to Andrew, and then he makes the calls and the appointments. So I do understand that there's an oiled machine here. One person does one thing and another person does another.
Yeah.
Now, I want to win with time here. And then you talk to me about social media, Facebook. Now, you've been MCA. You've designed the things. You have posted it. So you've had the experience of a full market center, and now for the team. At the end of the day, it's still a real estate business. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. How regularly do you need to post on Facebook?
So Andrew and I have discussed this many times, and I'm not 100% where I would love to be. So yeah, Belinda Sambok. So yeah, we've discussed it, and we initially would look at least posting 2 to 3 times a week, and not every single day. As posting every single day, sometimes you don't have anything to say, and if you say something that's not relevant or not, I don't know, it's just. Then people, they're gonna unfollow you on Facebook because they're gonna see things that's not appropriate or not interesting to them. So we try and keep it to 2 or 3 times a week. And Yeah, and I try always do something that is relevant so that we get more traction. So more people seeing it, more people liking it. And as Andrew would say, it's prospecting enhanced and marketing. No, prospecting?
Based.
Prospecting based and marketing enhanced. So getting your name out there and always being top of mind. So yeah.
The content of the Facebook ads. Have you figured that the people like maybe a listing more than this forever sharing? What was your feedback or your experience from paid ads on Facebook, if you can give me an idea?
Yeah, so we've actually stopped using command to use command to do the sponsored ad via Facebook. We just saw the quality of leads that came in was, it wasn't great. So it took Andrew more time to see, okay, this person doesn't even exist and this person is giving the wrong person's number. So so we started doing it from Facebook itself, and we got quite a few good quality leads. Yes, we haven't had anyone actually with a sale, but it's people that we're building relationships with. So yes, they are on command, and yes, we have spoken to them a few times. Seeing that what we use to do a sponsored ad, so we've only used a listing or a development that we have, a retirement development that we have. The retirement development had a lot of leads. I think we got like over 40 leads in total from 2 sponsored ads that we were running. And if I had to say, I think 15 of them were, no, more, 20 were actually good leads that Andrew have spoken to, and it's people that he's been building a relationship with. They're then maybe not interested in that specific development, but it's also people that needs to sell before they can buy something else. So again, there's an in. And then other sponsored ads we've done is with other listings, and it depends on the target market. So the higher the price, it's a different target market, so the leads that come in it's maybe a little bit less. But yeah, Facebook, doing sponsored ads through Facebook, and I think Jackie was the person that actually also said this before, is your money goes a long way or a longer way through Facebook itself than through command. So spending 250 Rand over 4 days or 3 days just gets you a bit more leads.
Love it. Thank you for that, Monique. Donna, before you talk now, I just want to ask, is it difficult to be able to learn how to post on Facebook and how to set yourself up? Because you would get the top agent that does not have help, that needs to learn to do this, and then that person that's going to loosen their hands, like you said, take over it. Is it difficult to learn that? And then once you are set up, it becomes easier. And before you talk, Donna, is Canva your go-to for all your designs that you post?
Okay, so Canva is definitely my go-to for all of my designs. So I have set templates for just listed or coming soon. So every time I just go and change the image. So it's really easy. Yes, initially it took me 20 minutes or whatever to do the design, but it is there now and it's for us to use constantly, and we can change it at any time we want to. So I love that. And I forgot your previous question already.
No, I just wanted to touch on
yes, it's
Canva.
easy.
Say again.
It is easy. Facebook, it's easy. So yes, the first time it looks very daunting and there's a lot of things that it asks of you, but keep it simple. It's 100% keep it simple. Don't overanalyze it. Don't make too much of it. Literally just add what is needed. Don't be the target market as well. Don't be too specific, and Facebook will also tell you where it goes wrong. So if you try and be too specific and you try and choose just people in real estate or just investors, I've seen it now, and I said to Andrew as well, the more specific you are, the less leads you're going to get, because not a lot of people on Facebook necessarily say they're interested in this or they do this, or so you miss out on opportunities. So yeah, just keep it simple. And I mean, like I said, the first time is definitely daunting, but thereafter you get so used to it, you can do it closed eyes with your eyes closed. Yeah.
Love it. Thanks, Monique. Donna, the floor is yours.
Monique, I want to know, why are your leads different? Whether you go through Command or how do you find that they're different? Whether it's through Command or Facebook. We've now done both as well, and yes, we do get a lot of junk off through Command, but we also get not great ones through just doing it off Facebook. So what makes it different? What gives the quality better if you go directly to Facebook and not via Command?
I wish I could answer that. I wish I can. I don't know. It's just from our personal experience. We've done quite a few through Command before, and we've never really gotten to those conversations that we're having now. And I can't tell you if it's maybe just because it's different listings that we're doing sponsored ads through. Because I mean, the development's also in our area, and it's more Afrikaans people, so it's Afrikaans people that are inquiring, and there's English people. And look, we also had, I think, 2 or 3 people that didn't even exist, and the one person gave a different Wimmy's number. When Andrew phoned, it was not the same person that had their name on it. But if we had to compare it, the amount that we're getting versus Command and versus on Facebook itself, Facebook is just giving us better quality at the moment. Yeah, and I think it can change at any stage, and I wish there was a way for us to filter those out, because it takes away from the agent's time. And Andrew and I've also discussed it before, is if there's so many leads that come in for him to phone through everyone just to try and figure out who are the people that are actually the people that he needs to speak to, it takes up a lot of time.
Monique,
Thanks.
We're almost on the hour, by the hour, and I'm sure there's so much more that we can all learn. Content needs to be engaging. They said Facebook advertising in ZR is reaching more people. Oops, there the message disappeared. Let me just click here. Then in dollars, you are better able to segment your market if you do it yourself. Thanks for that, Jax. Sam, you're welcome to talk.
Hi there. Sorry. Monique, could you please send us Ali's reply to WhatsApps?
Yeah, I think it was actually sent from the market center, so I just used that and just changed it a bit. Carmen, I don't know, I can't remember who sent Ali's replies.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
And said she's got it for you, Sam.
Thank you. All right, take this off now.
I really appreciate you, Monique, as a closing, and I want you to think as the operations, as the heartbeat and admin of AP Realty. What is that thing, that the 3 things or the 2 things that you can think of that gives you purpose in your role and that excites you about growth, if you think about all of the opportunities we forever talk about in real estate and in Keller Williams?
So I can't wait for the time that we're so busy with transactions and running around with buyers and with the sellers, and actually just being there to make sure that everything is 100% ready for Andrew just to walk out the door and to go have an appointment. I think that's what I work towards, and I can't wait to help him when we get there.
Love it. Guys, I really appreciate you on this Monday morning. Andrew, thank you for giving her time. Beautiful conversations. I really appreciate it. Monique, jy was amazing gewees.
I hope I added value, that's all.
Ja, verseker, ons het almal iets om te leer, en is lekker om te hoor that what it sounds like on the other side as well. People are going to listen to this video and just realize as well where what fits in and the importance of the different roles. I really wish you all an amazing November, and thanks for your time this morning. Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.